Sports with Josh. What's going on, everybody? Josh Evans here for another edition of Sports with Josh. We have a lot to talk about today, including Jeremy Lin, NBA All-Star Game, trade rumors, a lot about the NBA today with football obviously over. First Sunday of the year that the NFL is not here. A lot of talk about the draft already, but we're going to take a break from football. We're going to focus on the National Basketball Association today. First of all, we got Zak Jenkins here, friend of the show, on with me right now. Going to talk about Jeremy Lin. Zach, have you been hearing the hype about this kid out of New York?
Yes, I have.
Being a basketball player yourself, you played for Big Valley, a little high school ball. What's your first reaction to everything going on with Jeremy Lin in New York? And they're on a 5-game winning streak right now. Big game against LA the other day where Lin put up 38 points against arguably one of the best defenses in the NBA. What do you think about this kid?
He's got good ball handling skills. He can get into the lane quickly. It just hypes up the rest of the team so they can get motivated by him. And that just drives the rest of the team.
Now, the 5 games he's played with the team, Amari Stoudemire and Carmelo Anthony haven't played. Carmelo's been out with an injury, and Amari's brother passed away, so he's been with his family. And Jeremy Lin has showed that he can play the pick-and-roll ball great. Do you think when Amari comes back, that's going to help Jeremy out? What do you think about when the stars come back?
I think it'll help him, because especially with Carmelo back, because that'll take a lot of the attention off of him. So people will get lost trying to double-team Carmelo, and it'll give Jeremy Lin that open 15 to 18-foot jump shot that he loves, and it'll get him to the lane with Amari, and he could just kick out to Carmelo or just dump it down to Amari.
All right, enough about NBA. How's your Big Valley basketball team doing this year?
We're doing pretty good this year. I think we are 17th in the power rankings right now. We got 2 more games, one against Brookside Christian, and then one more against Stone Ridge Christian.
All right. Thanks for being on the show, Zach.
No problem.
Sports with Josh. I was friend of the show, Zak Jenkins, once again, and he made some good points. Jeremy Lin, in these 5 straight wins, has done it without Amari Stoudemire. Amari Stoudemire, as we all know, flourished under the pick and roll with Steve Nash in Phoenix. And now he hasn't really had that point guard in New York that could roll off of his screen and get in the ball in the lane for those easy layups that Steve Nash did so well. So it's going to be kind of fun to see if those two could really connect and link together like Amari and Steve Nash did. It could be now Amari and Jeremy Lin. And also Carmelo Anthony, as we know, he's kind of an isolation player. Likes to go one-on-one, doesn't like to pass the ball that much. So if you watch the Knicks, Lin has the ball in his hands a lot. They're going to have to find a happy medium when Carmelo comes back this week. And I think that these Knicks could go a long way in the playoffs, maybe even on Chicago's level, definitely on the Celtics level, and maybe even on Miami's level. It's going to be fun to see. Over to the NBA All-Star Game, the lineups are official. Starters and subs, reserves have been announced. In the West, Kevin Durant, Blake Griffin, Kobe Bryant, Chris Paul, and Andrew Bynum will be the starters. 4 of those 5 starters are from L.A., 2 of them from the Lakers, 2 of them from the Clippers. Kevin Durant is the only starter on the West not from the city of L.A., being from the Oklahoma City Thunder. The subs for the West, LaMarcus Aldridge, Marc Gasol, Tony Parker, Kevin Love, Russell Westbrook, Steve Nash, and Dirk Nowitzki. Over to the East, Carmelo Anthony, LeBron James, Derrick Rose, Dwayne Wade, and Dwight Howard round out the starters for the East. And coming off the bench for the East All-Stars will be Chris Bosh, Paul Pierce, Luol Deng, Darren Williams, Roy Hibbert, Andre Iguodala, and Joe Johnson from Atlanta. This should be a good game. All-Star Weekend's always fun in the NBA with the dunk contest and the three-point shootout and the skills challenge, plus the rookie and the sophomore game. Those rosters haven't been announced yet. Neither have the dunk contest or the three-point shootout contestants or the skills challenge contestants. But it's always a fun time for the players. Fans love watching it. You can hear it on AM 970 ESPN Radio if you want to listen. Final round of the Pebble Beach Pro-Am today. Phil Mickelson is our leader. Tiger Woods is 2 holes back going into the 6th hole of the last round. It should be a shootout till the end. You know Tiger really wants to win this matchup as he hasn't won a PGA Tour match in almost 2 years now. He wants it. In the NBA today, the Lakers are playing Toronto right now. 3:39 left in the third. Lakers lead 65-57. Chicago and Boston just tipped off in Boston. Washington set to play Detroit tonight. Miami travels to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. Houston plays Golden State. Utah goes to Memphis to take on the Grizzlies. Trade rumors rolling around the NBA right now. Steve Nash, Dwight Howard, and Chris Kaman are the major names that are in trade talks this week. The Magic pretty much came out and said, we're not going to trade Dwight Howard until after the All-Star game. So that pretty much silenced critics for now. This weekend, as the All-Star game approaches, there's going to be a lot of talk about Dwight being traded. So I think the Magic were kind of right to come out in the press conference and say that, because that'll kind of take some of the weight off of Dwight. He could have a good weekend, not have to answer all those questions about trade rumors until after the All-Star game when the NBA goes back to business. It's going to be a fun day. Hope everyone has a good week. This has been another edition of Sports with Josh. Thank you, everybody. Sports with Josh.